thoughts to make you think, what the f? Somebody has likely fallen and got an object stuck up their butt, but never been believed. Vapes are kinda like adult dummies. One day your parents put you down and never picked you up again. On birthdays, we conventionally focus on celebrating the person who was born, not the person who performed the birth. There are no Skywalkers left alive or Solos, just Palpatines. Technically, we bite up, not down. Taking sweets from a baby is technically a good thing. 6 minutes doesn't feel like 10% of an hour. Women are traditionally the cooks in their family, while most chefs in restaurants are men. You can blink with your eyes closed. Common sense isn't really that common at all. As you grow, slightly, you're forgetting some of the most beautiful moments in your life, and you don't even know about it. Which orange come first, the fruit or the colour? Buying a Porsche is cheaper in the long run than having kids. Sunlight burns vampires, but moonlight is made of the sun's light as well. Doing a cannonball into a pool while naked is less efficient than using a bidet. We eat to stay alive, we breathe to stay alive, but most other behaviours, we have taken years off of our lives. We eat mushrooms after they're dead, and mushrooms eat us after we're dead. The Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe. The hardest thing you can do is do something consistently. Even though there are lots of real-life news about people dying in car accidents, there are very few stories about haunted cars. It's weird that people often edit people out of photos. Like, it will change their memory when they look back at it years later. There's nothing like getting ready to go on holiday to then realise how much preparation it takes to go away and do nothing. Staring blankly ahead is seemed weird, but staring blankly at your phone isn't. Both humans and machines technically have a bunch of wires inside to keep them functioning. Normally you empty your drink from the top, but when you use a straw, you empty it from the bottom. Black Ops Zombies is technically exactly the same as Pac-Man. Language is an instinct. We demand privacy, yet often make eye contacts with our dogs while they're pooping. There are times where tuna and sharks weigh the same. Most traffic is either caused by people driving too slow or too fast. If you're still pretty young, chances are you haven't met the majority of people that will be attending your funeral. Now Twitter's changed its name to X. If you lose your job, you become an ex-employee. Clapping is the only thing we don't mind being unsynchronised. Waiters and waitresses are triggered more by a low tip than no tip at all. Being middle class means that you can go to a concert and afford to buy a beer. Gen Z is the first generation to have their cultures judged by older generations, both in person and on the internet. iPhones and Androids are the same thing, a smartphone. I wonder how many slices of pizza I've eaten in my life. Most humans don't wash their backs. Before the Big Bang, there must have been nothing. We accept men can be topless, yet women can't. Yet men's fashion shows less of the men, while women's fashion shows more. For more than 13 billion years of your existence, you didn't feel it. A society where strangers are able to be naked around each other without sexualization is less barbaric than ours. Saturday morning cartoons when we were kids were never for us. They were so our parents could sleep in. The amount of infrastructure it takes for us to be alive is insane. People don't become what they want to be. They become what they can. Bad Wi-Fi is worse than no Wi-Fi at all. Social media is the opium of the 21st century. You know it's bad for you, but you just can't stop using it, and everyone around you is also addicted. If a fly loses its wings, is it now called a walk? Everything smells a little bit like nose. Diamonds and other gemstones are no different to Bitcoin. Their value is completely made up and only exists because we agree that they're valuable. Companies are purely motivated by money, yet don't want their employees to be motivated by money. Since kids hate doing what their parents did, technically, social media videos will one day end. Extreme sea level rising is gonna make lots of awesome scuba diving sites. We are all far more okay with our kids playing games that kill people than we are about them seeing nudity. Coffee isn't a first date, it is an interview for a first date. When Peppa Pig draws, she basically draws hyper-realistically under her world standards. We will have true gender equality when a woman who works in a traditionally male job will be able to be utterly useless at her job without getting fired. Burying the dead is one of the sillier traditions we still follow. AI may soon be able to translate your cat's meows into human language. Gordon Ramsay is probably one of the only males in history that will tell a woman to get out the kitchen. In some ways, getting a tattoo has gone from being an act of individuality to a sign of conformity. Humans are long-lasting, lively stains. People who are against being gay, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual don't understand really that the point of sex is for pleasure. At any moment, someone you know and love could be decapitated. Giving somebody a wet willy is technically I wonder how many photos I've been the stranger in the background in. The opposite of workout is chilling. And a girl with your middle finger is technically her. People don't accept evolution because it isn't a complete theory. But we don't have a complete theory for gravity either. When it comes to taste, salty and sweet complement each other. But pineapple on pizza is considered undesirable. There is no game in the world that is purely based on skill. Every game in some way or another requires luck. It can't be that hard to pop a testicle. I imagine it'd just be like squeezing a grape really hard. Humans are the only real apex predators. Jesus pronounced backwards sounds like sausages. Your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed. Speeding is selfish and tailgating is an act of bullying. The moon is actually more useful than the sun. Since the moon gives us light at night when it's dark, the sun only gives us light in the day when it's already bright. If you die at 27 and you're a celebrity, you are considered successful. But if you die at 27 and you're not a celebrity, you are considered a failure. If a ruler was pi long, would it be between 3 and 4 inches, or would it be infinitely long? Since women can experience orgasms while giving birth, is it possible you gave your mum her first orgasm? Dentists likely get almost as much money indirectly from the meth trade as actual meth dealers and cookers. If we all turn vegan, animals like cows, pigs, chickens will go extinct because we just don't need them anymore. Civilization has been around for well over 6,000 years and still we haven't solved every problem possible. One day you'll be somebody's ancestor. And finally, smartphones have fundamentally changed humanity for the worst. Anyone with a smartphone is never truly alone anymore. And that's generally terrifying. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed these shower thoughts, make sure to leave me yours in the comments below. Maybe I'll use them in my next video. And if you want to see that next video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to ring that bell so you get notified the second it gets uploaded. And as always, until the next video, Kia ora! Ha ha!